What's up, my good people, and welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. I'm your host, Nino Sparks, aka the Mid-Range Bully. Now, the end of the season is here. The play-in tournament is here. The playoffs is right around the motherfucking corner. So I'm back with another breakdown as only I could give you. Part 2 of who wins the play-in tournament and why. But as always, before we get started, if it's your first time tapping in, or maybe you tapped in before, go ahead, tap that like, tap that subscribe, tap that notification bell, stay tapped in. Let's get the shit. Okay, so you already know who I'm rolling with. My Los Angeles Lakers, who are set to face the the New Orleans Pelicans for the second time tomorrow in the play-in tournament, the first round of the play-in tournament. And I'm also going to take the Golden State Warriors over the Sacramento Kings, and I'll make it all make sense in just a minute. Now, let's start with the Lakers. You know I'm not going to pick nobody over the squad, not over the house. So what's the keys to victory, and what should we do? Because to put it in the form of a question is always like, should the Lakers tank to get a more favorable spot in the playoffs and instead be the eighth, have a position to be the eighth seed and as opposed to the seventh seed and not have to face the Nuggets in the first round? As I lamented to in the last video, the whole end of the season, we were trailing the Oklahoma City Thunder. But the Nuggets was trailing us. Because if you're the Nuggets, you want the Lakers in the first round. Hell, if you're the Nuggets, you don't care who you face in the first round. But of course, you're going to want the easiest matchup. And you 8-0 against us so far since last season. So if you're the Nuggets, you're in the perfect position. You put yourself into this position. As we know, the last video I did, the Nuggets had the 1 seed. Or excuse me, I think the Minnesota Timberwolves had the 1 seed. Oklahoma City had the 2 seed, and the Nuggets had the 3 seed. Prior to that, they had the 1 seed. And those top 3 teams was jockeying for position. Now, if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, you're just glad to be in the mix. But I think a lot of people are underestimating the Oklahoma City Thunder. And if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you don't want to be playing games. You're trying to lose games to win games. That don't make any damn sense. And this is absolutely blasphemous for people to even speculate to think that LeBron James would throw a game to avoid playing anybody. We're talking about the #1 scorer in the league of all time. Excuse me. #1 scorer of all time. That picture that's standing in the back, that's when Kobe ended at 3 on the all-time scoring list. We're talking about the guy that's #1 on the all-time scoring list. You think he's avoiding anybody? You don't think he wants the Nuggets? The team that bounced him? The team that been getting in that ass all year? If you don't think LeBron James wants that, y'all don't know fucking basketball. It's too many nerds on television. The fuck are they talking about? He should sit out. So that we could do what? Lose tomorrow's game and have to face possibly the Kings, who have been getting in our ass. AD hasn't beaten Sabonis ever. Or even worse, have to play the chef in a 1-game series. Win or go home. Even if the dynasty is over, y'all tripping. If you think that's a better idea than rolling on the Pelicans again, getting some rest, and then taking your chances with the defending champs. Because if you beat them, you're winning the whole thing. And that's a big fucking if. Because like I said, they've been in that ass all season. But if you thinking that's a bet, come on, man. Y'all crazy than a motherfucker. Now that's different than jockeying for position during the regular season to try to see where you could end up and who you could possibly face. That's strategy. Y'all talking about lose. Y'all talking about some whole shit. Purposely losing a game that you know you can win, that you know you're supposed to win, so that you could possibly, even if, let's say everything do work out and you do face Oklahoma City and then they getting in that ass. Because if it's anything the Lakers struggle with, it's the guard play. And they have the guard. Possibly the second best guard in the league, period, right now. Because I'm going to get into who I think the best guard in the league is. Best point guard. But they got the guy that probably should be MVP. You're not going to give it to him. Because you've been selling Jokic since last year. But you couldn't give it to him last year because the guy you gave it to last year should have got it the year before that. So now you're trying, come on, man. You fuck around, Lakers fuck around and lose to Shea, and then you really look bad. Or you don't even make it there. You tank the game and then fuck around and lose to the Warriors, who I think are going to beat the Kings. If you the Lakers, we're going to handle our motherfucking business in great fashion and send a message to the motherfucking Nuggets. We coming for that ass. I'll pause that one. But we on the way. Let's see what we got. Now, as far as the keys to victory for that, I'll save that for the actual matchup when I break down each playoff matchup. But that's all I got to say on that end. Lakers, we on our motherfucking way. Now moving to the Eastern Conference. Excuse me, I got it pulled up just to make sure I'm getting it right. Moving to the Eastern Conference. I'm going to stick with my pick. As I had in the last video. Jimmy Butler has a hold on the East. Now, I know a lot of y'all thinking about the regular season Jimmy Butler. That's a whole different guy. I think, in my mind, I think Jimmy has got the okay to do what the fuck he want during the regular season. I'm going to make sure we don't fall out of it. But let's let these other guys do their thing so I could be ready for when it counts. Jimmy Butler got a hold on the East until further notice. And in a one-game matchup against the Sixers, I'm taking Jimmy Butler. I'm taking Jimmy Butler. Now, as far as my last video, the seeding was different. I had Knicks and the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, but it looked like they're going to meet up in the first round. And I think I'm going to switch things up. Because what I've been seeing from Jalen Brunson, not only do I think he's getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, Jalen Brunson is the MVP of the league, y'all. They're not going to give it to him. But Jalen Brunson is the MVP. Because literally, I don't think anybody saw this shit. A guy that was playing behind a guy that you knew could be a starter. Guy who was that guy in college. Okay. Boom. He becomes a starter. Now it's like, damn, can he be an all-star? Boom. Now it's like, damn, is he a superstar? He's an MVP of the league. He's the best point guard in the Eastern Conference. And I'm a Dame Lillard guy. But if you put Jalen Brunson on the Milwaukee Bucks as presently constructed, are they better? That's a championship team. That's what they should be with Dame. But they not looking like that. I ain't been sold on them since he went there. Because he didn't want to go there. This is a classic case of why you need to mind your fucking business sometimes. This is the same shit the Clippers be doing. As it pertains to the business of the Lakers. The Milwaukee Bucks, they looked at it like, we can't let Dame go to the Heat. So you give up Drew Holiday to get Dame. And now it's looking like, depending on what happens in the playoffs, I don't want to get too far off track, but this might be a one and done. So for that reason, I got to put Jalen Brunson over Dame as far as point guards in the East right now. I'm not saying he's a better player overall. I think Dame has proven he's the better player. But right now, Jalen Brunson might be the best point guard in the league, bro. Some people might be saying, well, what about Steph Curry? You put Jalen Brunson on the Golden State Warriors right now and put Steph Curry on the Knicks. Are the Knicks in second place? Probably not. Is Golden State in the play-in? Probably not. Because we're talking about a motherfucker that does it on both sides of the ball, bro. Jalen Brunson has literally in front of our face, literally just become. And we not talking, hey, I know Ja's not playing. I know it's a lot of guys you could put there. Shea, I was just talking about. But what this dude is doing, I got Jalen Brunson going to the Eastern Conference Finals, long story short. But I'm sticking with my pick for the play-in because Jimmy Butler has a hold on the Eastern Conference. But I think had it gone the other way, like in my first video, with them potentially matching up with the Celtics, I think Jimmy Butler could have got past the Celtics because he's done it before. Or them potentially matching up with the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. That's why I had Knicks and the Heat in the conference finals in my last video. But it looks like they're going to have to get it on right now. Pause. But in that case, I'm going to have to take the Knicks. But in the play-in, Heat versus Sixers, I'm taking Jimmy Buckets. And then I got whoever wins between the 9-10 matchup with the Bulls and the Hawks. I'll probably favor the Bulls in that one. And then the Sixers to beat the Bulls to get the 8th seed and play the Celtics in the first round. And they're probably going to lose to the Celtics. But yeah, I got the Heat beating the Sixers. Sixers beating the Bulls between whoever wins that 9-10 matchup. And then it'll be Celtics versus the Heat. Celtics versus the Sixers. And then the Knicks versus the Heat. And, of course, I'm going to roll with the Knicks in that matchup. But I'll break all that down in another video. But yeah, as far as who wins the play-in part 2, I'm sticking with the Miami Heat, Jimmy Buckets, and in the West, you know I'm rolling with the squad. But I would not be surprised. I'm gonna wrap it up like this. Do not be surprised if the OGs turn up. That's the only other way I could put it. Don't be surprised if the OGs turn up. Who are the OGs? Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry. Don't be surprised if Steph Curry beats the Oklahoma City Thunder. Don't be surprised if Kevin Durant beats the Minnesota Timberwolves. And don't be surprised if the King beats the motherfucking Denver Nuggets. But that's all I got for free. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Who y'all rolling with for the play-in? Do y'all think the Lakers should tank? Is it in their best interest, or is that blasphemous, like I said? And who you got in the East? Am I blasphemous for saying Jalen Brunson's the best point guard in the East? Or can you dig what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. I'll tap back in later. Peace.